welcome back to a brand new Ark Ascended Mod Spotlight. Today we're going to be checking out some of the mods that add individual dinos to your game. So welcome back to the channel. I'm TBF Gaming. Here on the channel we do Let's Plays, Mod Spotlights, and most of our top 5 lists have more than 5. So the first video of 2024, we wanted to check out some amazing dino mods that just add one dino to your game. That way you can kind of just add parts that you want if you want to add just a little bit of spice to your server or to your game without completely changing it. Of course, we love big dino overhaul mods, but sometimes it's nice to add just a little bit of variety to your game, and that's what these mods are all about. Some really good individual dino mods. We've got a top 5, including 7 today. We're going to check those out here in just a minute. The first 5 that we're showing today are cross-platform, but the final 2 are currently PC only. Hopefully, they'll eventually go cross-platform. Let's get into today's video. As always, like, comment, subscribe. If you have any suggestions for mod spotlights that you want to see in the future, make sure you put them in the comments down below. I do read all suggestions, and I write them down in a little nerdy spreadsheet, and we try to get to as many of them as possible. And yeah, man, I appreciate it, man. 2023 was amazing. Let's get 2024 going. All right, we got some cool mods to get to today. The first one, we don't do a lot of mod spotlights on Garuga's stuff. Garuga123 is an amazing mod developer. You guys know this is one of the mods that was available day one when ASA came out. And there's 7 of these. There's 7 of these. I just wanted to show one of them today. This is my favorite of those 7. Garuga's done amazing things with this. This is the Dinosuchus. So Addtions Ascended Dinosuchus. This is just a huge, huge dino. I spawned in a Sarco just to have one next to it so you can kind of see how much bigger the Dinosuchus is. These guys are actually a lot of fun to tame. I love the taming mechanic on these. Basically, you have to sneak up on them when you're in like a ghillie suit, have some meat in your final little slot, and when their mouth is wide open, you sneak up to the side over here, you feed them some food, and then you slowly back away and hope that they don't eat you and they chomp down on that food. So it's a really cool taming mechanic for it. I might lace a little bit of video in here from the video where we actually went and did that in our little season playthrough just recently. But a really cool, really cool dino. Great on the, like, honestly, pretty good on land too, compared to like the Sarco. Got a better turning radius, just moves around a lot better, and it's got some really good attacks. Obviously, the left click is your normal one, but the right click does the big old gigabyte, and this does a ton of damage. Let me see if we can see it there. There you go. Boom. There you go. Does a big old gigabyte. It is way stronger. Let's let that refill real quick, and we'll kind of show you. So with the left click, we're doing 139 damage to our poor little dodos out here. And if we do the right click here in a second, okay, right click. There you go. Let it build all the way up. Make sure we're actually on him. And boom. There you go. So huge increase with that right click. So this is the Dinosuchus. They're great in water too. They look absolutely amazing in the water. We've been enjoying these on our server currently. Definitely one of my favorites from the Ark Addtions Ascended. Yeah, man, Garuga's doing good things. We don't show off a lot of their mods because they were available day one, and I think everyone knows about these. This has 1.5 million downloads, so it's not like I'm showing you something new here, but we couldn't do a top 5 individual list without having this one in here. So this doesn't count as my top 5 that I'm going to show you today, but this is one of the best ones, probably my favorite overall one. And look at the model, man. It's so good. All right, the next mod takes the dino that we've always enjoyed, the Scorpion, and supersizes it. This is the Colossus Scorpion. I might be saying it right. Colossus Scorpius. This is a really cool dino by the modder GreatHAMbino. GreatHAMbino is the same modder that brought us the Griffins mod that we checked out a week or 2 ago. Amazing modder doing some really good things. This one is pretty cool, man, because it's a giant. It's not overly powerful. Like I thought it was going to do just crazy amounts of damage, but it really doesn't. It's a really good job on it too. A lot of times when people supersize the dino, things get a little messed up on it, but no, we can ride it just fine. It's also got 2 different saddles. It's got the regular saddle and it's got a platform saddle. Wanted to show you that. Oh, and it looks, oh no, that's stuff we gathered earlier. And then there's the platform saddle that you can build on, which is absolutely awesome. In terms of attacks on this guy, the left click, like I said, it's 326. It's not super OP, so it's not going to just completely change your server, but definitely do some things. Right click, I believe, does a little bit of torpor with the little tail whip there. And then the C button does like a little grab. There you go. I don't know if we can like throw or anything. I don't think so. No, looks like we can just do that. And then we can... Poor little guy. I think... Oh, did we just knock him out instead of kill him? I think we did. We actually torpored him up. So that little right click does do a little bit of torpor. Just really cool. I just spawned in a vanilla one just to kind of give you an idea of the size difference here. This has a lot of other cool stuff with it. It's got a better looking platform saddle, the ability to grab flyers. The torpor effect is similar to the crossbow's trank effect. And then it's got increased stop height, which should improve the terrain capability so it can actually move around. A lot of times when you have these really big dinos, they get kind of funky when they're going over the ground. There you go. So that's the Colossal Scorpion, the Colossus Scorpius by GreatHAMbino. That's so cool, man. I love when you get these giant dinos. I want to see like some crazy modded versions of this. Very cool. The next mod that we're going to check out is Project Anamoly Galvarex. The Galvarex is a really cool dino model from Bluescapes Modding. If you guys remember on ASE, there was a Project Anamoly mod. This is going to bring that same dino from that mod to here. I think Project Anamoly was a full dino overhaul mod, if I remember correctly. Had a lot of different dinos in it, but this is just a one individual dino, the Galvarex. Very cool looking. This is a really cool custom model. It's got a lot of cool textures to it. It just looks really good. Are we getting attacks back here? Or is that just what noise these guys make? I'm not really sure. I threw a saddle on them so we can go ahead and check them out real quick. It does on the right side. You can see the different buttons over there. This is cross-platform, so you should be able to play this on console. Hopefully it'll tell you what the keys are for the attacks. Do we have any more dodos left, or did I eat them all? There you go. So these guys, not crazy overpowered or anything like that. They fit in really well with the vanilla-based server, although they have a very different look. Left click is your regular bite. And then we have right click. Nope, that's right. Some things don't work like that. Right click does a claw swipe. The X button does a lunge or tantrum. Very cool. And then to activate the galvanize, you press C. 100% energy is required. Oh, I don't actually know what that means. Okay, so on the bottom left, there's a little meter going up right there. We have to get this meter up to 100, and then we can do the galvanize function. In order to tame these guys, you have to do the same thing. You got to get the dinos to have their little galvanize thing going, and then they will fall over on the ground exhausted. During that exhaustion period, they can receive torpor and cannot run. So they basically fall over exhausted, and that's when you can actually start trying to knock them out. So really cool. The Alpha Galvarex is much stronger, standard variants, and they charge up very quickly. The electric overload causes lightning to arc around them when galvanized, so be aware. Very cool. All right, let's we're almost up to 100 here. All right, there we go. We're up to 100. Let's go over here and let's do galvanized. There you go. Get pumped up, man. Awesome. Look at that. That is pretty cool. Not sure. Oh, and then it starts wearing down. Okay. I hope this guy doesn't pass out. Does that increase our damage? Oh, it did something different. Very cool. Oh, it looked like attacking actually kept our galvanized going a little bit longer. Oh, it does. So that actually keeps it going. That is really cool. Oh, and he is now tired. Yeah. So then they completely run out of energy, and then they're really slow. So that's what the galvanized effect is. So in order to tame these guys, you got to get them to that, to where they're all galvanized like that, and then they will pass out afterwards. The alphas obviously are not tameable, but I assume it's got a very similar function to it. Just a really cool dino, man. Project Anamoly has some really cool stuff in it. Definitely very cool. I will leave the spawn codes for all these dinos down below, because it's definitely one you want to check out, man. All right, the next one that we're going to check out is the Galvanized Wolf, and this one is by the modder The Nicosa. This is a really cool one. They've actually got a couple other very similar ones for the Otter and for a Thyla, so definitely we're checking this out. We'll put those in a future video. Let's go and check it out. The Galvanized Wolf, we've got a couple here just to kind of check them out real quick. They've got your typical wolf thing where left click and then right click does a howl. Oh, well, no, the pack leader, sorry. The pack leader can do a howl or not. Of course, it's not going to work now. And then it's got a couple other cool attacks. That's why I've spawned in all these dodos real quick so we can show you. C button does this right here. Nice little area of effect. It actually does a little bit of torpor, so it will knock things out if it doesn't kill it. And then the X button shoots a little thing in front of us. So very, very cool. Let's go ahead and look at their actual torpor. See the ones that got hit in the middle over here. Yeah, see, that one is knocked out instead of killed. So very, very cool. They're not super, super OP. They do a little bit of damage, so it's definitely a little bit higher than what like a vanilla wolf would be, but it still fits in pretty good with a vanilla playthrough. I think these guys are really cool looking. The Galvanized Wolf by the Nicosa. Let me make sure I think for the wild spawns, they spawn over in the snow biome. The attacks, obviously, they have their left trigger bite. The X is the harvest explosion, and C is the lightning strike. So very cool. I'll put the spawn codes for those down below as well. The next mod we're going to check out is the RRStar Seahorse mod by Nanea. This is a really cool mod that just adds a seahorse into your game. There are two variants of it. We've got on the right the rainbow one, and on the left there's the star one. So really cool looking models. These are very, very good custom models. We'll check them out in just a second together. Make sure you go check out Nanea's Cursed Forge page. They've got a bunch of amazing RR mods over there, RR potions, RR trinks, and more. Some different structure things over there, a lot of deco mod. Very cool stuff over there. Make sure you go check it out. But let's go ahead and check out these seahorses. This has been suggested a few times, so I'm glad we're finally getting a chance to check it out. This would be a great addition to the server. Let's go ahead and jump on one of these guys here. This is a pretty high level one, so it should be a good test of exactly how powerful they are. Pretty fast in the water. Definitely really fast in the water. Very cool. We've got, I think, 3 or 4 different attacks. We have our left click, just our normal left click if I can get it to hit here. There you go. Oh, we got to have our thing on here. Let's go see how much damage we do. It's about 145, not too crazy. Right click does like an acid spit, which does quite a bit more. 499 damage on that one. I think there's 2 other attacks. An acid bite and then an acid bite sub, and I'm not exactly sure what that means. There you go. Very cool models, though, man. If you look how they kind of move around, they just look really good. Look at that. It's so good, man. I wonder how they made this model. This is one of the cooler ones. This is definitely one of my favorite individual ones. She's got another one that has some sharks in it. Another individual dino one that's like a shark one that I thought looked really, really cool that we wanted to check out. But we kind of had to limit this video down to a few of them. But there you go. That's the Star Seahorse and the Rainbow Star Seahorse from Nanea. I'll make sure the spawn codes for these are down in the first comment down below. All right, the next one we're going to check out, just a little small one. This is kind of one of my favorite little dinos. You guys know this dino was added as a dino skin way back in ASE, but a lot of modders wanted to bring it as its own individual dino. This is ŽÉ'Ê Stygimoloch. I don't have any idea how to pronounce that, but the little Stiggy guys, always a lot of fun, kind of a variation on the bonehead dinos on the other Packy. This one looks great, though. This is the Packy with a Stigmy archaeology skin, but with a few differences. It does have a few different changes that they've done within the mod. The modder for this is Rayquaza Fallout, and they actually have a couple other really cool mods. They have a Oxalea, if I'm saying it correctly, which is like a Spino variant, and then they have the Styracosaurus, if I'm saying that correctly, which is like the either the Pachyrhino or the Trike variant. I'm not sure which one it's a variant of, but very, very cool. So let's go ahead and check out this guy real quick. So just super little simple one. I always like being able to add just kind of one individual dino, and this is always a favorite. I love the little bonehead guys, so this is kind of just a cool variant of that. It's got our left click. We've got our right click. Right click should do the little charge, right? Yeah, there you go. The little bonehead charge. Very cool. This guy is pretty fast, and he can actually carry me around, which is nice. All right, there you go. He's got a little bit of hops. Very cool. Just a super little simple dino. Just something I wanted to add in here. So Rayquaza Fallout, ŽÉ'Ê Stygimoloch. I don't have any idea how to say that. Hopefully it's somewhat correct, but this would be a great guy to add to the server. Have a little army of these guys going knocking things out with their bonehead. All right, the next mod that we're going to check out is from our friend Amalgamaniac Gaming. This is the Reclamation's Vastaranus. Hopefully I'm saying that somewhat closely. Vastaranus. There we go. Vastaranus. This is a really cool. Obviously, you can see it looks kind of like a Yudi. It's a little bit of a different play on the Yudi model, and it looks absolutely amazing. It's got a couple of cool things to it that we'll check out. For taming it, it is a knockout tame, but you have to feed it spoiled meat in order to tame these guys. It's got a couple really cool attacks. It can also spoil meat if you put meat in its inventory. The Vasti can also regenerate health, and it breathes fire, but while that fire is there, it can actually heal other Vasti, so they heal each other within their fire, which is pretty cool. These ones typically spawn over in the Redwoods or over on Carno Island, and the majority of the ones you're going to find out there are going to be males. The female spawn rate is really, really low, but let's go ahead and check out the attacks on these guys. Really cool custom model by Amalgamaniac Gaming. You guys know Amalgamaniac Gaming. We've talked about a few of his mods before. The Eerie Dinos mod, absolutely excellent. The Lux Preds mod are a complete terror. And the Slags that give you resource production, very, very cool. Let's go ahead and scroll out on these guys. Go ahead and take a good look at them. Really cool extra model here. Definitely one of my favorites. This is from the old Reclamation mod on ASE. Hopefully we're going to see some more Reclamation stuff in the future. If you go join his Discord, you can get a sneak peek and some pictures that he's posted of other things that he's working on. Super talented modder. Has done everything from Atlas to Pokemon to his Reclamation mod and everything in between. So definitely another modder worth keeping an eye on. So let's go ahead and look at this guy. So the attacks on this guy, we've got the left click. All right. That's just your melee attack, which is supposed to have a nasty gnashing effect. So let's go. We got anything to bite around here? Probably not. Hold on, there's a turtle way over there. So it should do like a little gnashing effect when we attack things. So let's go like that. There you go. Oh yeah, it's doing a lot of damage. Nice. Yeah, you can see he's still losing health, and he's slowed by the gnash. Very cool. Right click is a basically twofold attack. Does a fearful flame attack. If targets don't succumb to being inflamed, they will be in a state of panic. There you go. Oh, we killed him too quick, but if he didn't die, he would have been panicked and running away, I think. So very cool. Can I get a look at that in the... Let's see. See if we get it. There you go. Oh, that's awesome. I'll have to make sure I get a good screenshot of that. Very, very cool. That is the right click, and then the C button should do the roar to grant courage to your nearby dinos. This should be the courage roar. Boom. Everyone's real pumped up. Very cool. That's awesome, man. These guys are breedable, so very, very cool. Definitely worth checking these ones out. All right, last thing I want to do real quick before we end the video, I did want to show these guys off at nighttime. I think they look amazing at nighttime. Same with the wolves. They got a little glow to them. And the seahorse. Look at that. I thought this is definitely one that I had to show off at night just a little bit. Actually, the Galvarex looks amazing too. So really cool nighttime models. I think that is pretty sweet. This would actually look really cool in the dark. Let's see. Very cool. All right, guys. That'll do it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. Like, comment, subscribe. Huge shout out to the patrons that make this channel possible. Huge shout out to you for checking this video out to the end of the video. You're my MVP. Let me know what mods you guys want to see in the future in the comments down below. I hope you guys have a great 2024. See you in the next one.